Hi, this is Phillip Day from the Campaign for Truth in Medicine, and you're listening to Up Close and Personal for April 2011. Right, firstly, top stories on the medical side this week. We're looking at vitamin D roundup. There's been a number of other studies come in now on vitamin D. We're looking at vitamin D deficiency inhibits lung growth. Also, the tragic story of a student who hated the sun dies of skin cancer. We're seeing a number of skin cancers, melanomas especially occurring in populations who work indoors a lot of the time, so their vitamin D levels crash. There was that alarming statistic in America that 200,000 Americans are perishing from vitamin D deficient related cancers, all in an effort to stay out of the sun to avoid becoming one of the 1,500 who die from what I term barbecue melanoma. So for every one person who's dying from overexposure to the sun in terms of skin cancer, 200 are perishing because of vitamin D deficient related cancers. Optimum vitamin D levels and assay fight arterial plaque, lowers heart disease risk. So there's a whole section now on vitamin D. The watchword here is that you need the sunshine. You don't need to barbecue yourself with it. Supplementation can be 5,000 units a day of D3. Will maintain and even slightly increase your vitamin D levels. Nobody's getting into trouble with 10,000 units a day of vitamin D ongoing. The levels of vitamin D which doctors continue to recommend are, according to the old paradigm, are hopelessly inaccurate. So find out about this. We've got the Essential Guide to Vitamin D booklet available, plus there's a number of very good online resources that we're featuring consistently in these bulletins every month. Two great reports here, one by Dr. Damien Downing, the health hazards of disease prevention. He's talking about vaccinations here. During my Australian tour, I was asked repeatedly about my views on vaccination because of the intense pressure brought to bear on families down under to get their kids vaccinated, and the whole just brainwashing that goes on down there is absolutely amazing. Steve Ransom's done a great book on this called Wake Up to Health in the 21st Century. I've got a chapter on vaccination in the new Health Wars book, and have a read of Damien Downing's article here. I followed that up with an article entitled Avoid Medical Testing Disease. If you think you're completely healthy, you simply have not had enough tests yet. Testing is all very well and good, but if you're getting to the point where you're going and getting tested for nonsensical things, avoid that, because it can create not only fear, but it also can push you into accepting treatments you usually wouldn't, that would usually go against your better judgment. A woman convicted of murder could face life in prison for trying to protect her autistic son from chemotherapy. The US justice system, this report says, has turned over a new leaf in judicial insanity with the recent murder conviction of Christine Labrie, a 38-year-old woman whose autistic son died of cancer in 2009. Just a tragic case. Once again highlighting a system that has the arrogance to assume that it knows better when it's not even training its doctors in that most basic of body sciences, i.e. nutrition. Article here revealing Queensland's public hospitals are risky business. The Queensland health documents reveal incidents in hospitals ranging from admission or behavioural problems to falls, infections, medication, nutrition and treatment issues. Australia is by no means alone in this. This is just widespread. This incompetence in hospitals is widespread throughout the Western world, and indeed just paints a dismal picture. You need to stay out of hospitals as far as you can, concentrate on prevention, and if you need to be hospitalised, especially into general population, that is outside of the private realm, then there are some key things you've got to be able to take care of. You've got to be able to take care of your diet, you've got to be able to take care of boosting your immune system to avoid hospital-acquired infections and so on. My April essay is on psychiatry. If you're new to these bulletins, do take a read. This pseudo-science has so much power over us, just invents mental illnesses and then gets you to take drugs. And some of these drugs are just life-threatening. 42,000 Americans alone die each year because of correctly prescribed psychiatric medication. On the European side, of course, the big story is the herbal directive that takes force with effect from the 1st of May. 2011, just a few days' time. Once again, smoke and mirrors. The EU is never straightforward with saying and giving guidelines to what people can and can't take, do, sell, prescribe and talk about. So we featured a couple of articles on that, navigating the serpentine EU herbal directive. And also, if you're interested in European politics, Finland. The Finns have caused problems. More and more Europeans are getting fed up with the Stasi-like behaviour of the European Union. The Finns have created an interesting dilemma. You can read about that. And by way of a sign-off, the last straw for British taxpayers, £400 per family is demanded by the European Union in order for us to have the pleasure of their draconian directives being put over the top of us. One of these days, the Brits are going to get fed up with this. Are we past the point of no return? I think we passed that point a long time ago. I think we're in the situation now where we would have to have a Syria or a Tunisia type uprising in order to throw off this deeply undemocratic, deeply worrying, unaccountable government that can't even sign off its own accounts for 13 to 14 years in a row. It's absolutely shocking. The Make My Day features, some great little features here. Do take a look at them. The power of words. How sometimes we just don't choose the right words to get the maximum results. And several others there. So do take a look. That's a new feature we're going to be hosting on these eClub bulletins. Make My Day. My touring plans for the UK and Ireland. We will be doing a full tour of Ireland and the UK commencing from mid to late September, going through to mid to late November. It will be entitled Greatest Discoveries, lots of new stuff. I'm spending the entire summer on filming projects and also research. We're also finishing off Origins 2, so those of you who've been waiting for that one, that should be out in the fall to winter time. Massive project, so do look forward to that. That's it, we've got the online seminars, and do get in contact with us if there's anything we can do to help. The website is getting expanded, more and more features there, plus we will be adding a few more of these online seminars as we go. That's it. Have a great April, what's left of it, and also look forward to your summer. And of course, you've got the royal wedding in a couple of days' time, so get your popcorn out. I'll catch up with you in May.